off.
In this video, I'm at the Flying J truck stop at Ruther Glen, Virginia. And so it was about, I don't know, 6 o'clock or a little bit later in the evening. The sun was still up, and so what I did, I think I took it up to around maybe 200 feet and kind of looked around a little bit at the landscape. Most of the landscape, at least from this vantage point, is taken up by the truck stop's parking lot. They've got a pretty good sized parking lot here, and so you can see I had the gimbal tilted down just a little bit. So we're still climbing a little bit. I didn't climb all the way at once. There I tilted the gimbal up just a little bit so you can see kind of the edges of the truck stop parking lot, and then of course there's trees and other stuff in the distance. Off in the distance there you see a water tower. That thing right there that's at the edge of the truck stop parking lot is actually fuel for it's liquefied natural gas trucks. Those were supposed to take off a few years ago, and so a lot of truck stops, especially Flying J and Pilot truck stops, have those. Many of them are not in use. They're just kind of blocked off. They've never been opened, but in this case, this one is actually open. When I first parked here, there was actually a truck that was getting fuel back there. There on the left side of the screen, you see the regular diesel fuel, and so the vast majority of American trucks are still using diesel fuel as their power source. That liquefied natural gas, as I say, it never really did take off. You have to modify the engines, and I guess it's a fairly expensive process to modify the engines to run on the liquid natural gas. It's in a compressed form, and it just isn't as efficient overall, I don't think, as diesel fuel is. With diesel fuel, it's hard to beat as far as energy versus the amount of energy you get out of each gallon of diesel fuel versus what you do out of the liquefied natural gas. So I begin to bring the drone down at this point, and then after that I kind of fly it around a little bit lower to the ground, kind of back behind my truck. So there you see a truck that's kind of pulling through there, getting ready to leave, I guess, or he's figuring out some other place to park. There you see me standing there with the controller. So at this point I begin to fly the thing around kind of lower to the ground. So we're spinning around right here, and then there's a grassy kind of area behind the truck. Now those treads there, that is trash that someone left at the truck stop. Those treads, I don't know what they came off of. They're pretty worn out. They're still intact, but you can see that they're very worn out, and someone just left them at the truck stop, and the truck stop has yet to actually clean them up. So this area back behind the truck stop, they actually are mowing part of it. It looks like it might have been one of those lagoons at some point or other, but at this point the lowest area is just dry, or it appears to be dry, and there's a bunch of weeds growing in it. So they're not mowing all of the weeds for whatever reason, they're just mowing parts of them. Right there you can see the drone's shadow on the ground. And I do actually fly the drone kind of out towards the center of probably what was once a lagoon. And I imagine there's probably still some moisture there, because you can see that the grass out towards the center is more green than, or at least the weeds are more green than the ones that are around the edge. So I just kind of fly it out there a little bit, and then I turn it around and sort of bring it back. I don't want to really risk the drone, if the drone were to fail, then, if the motor were to fail, then of course the drone would immediately fall to the ground, and then I would be wading through those weeds trying to find it. And I really don't want to wade through weeds if I can if I can help it. So at this point I sort of bring it back just a little bit. Let me get some of that air off of here in case it begins to mess with the microphone. My truck just started up for the air conditioner. Kind of keep it cool in here. It's about, I don't know, it's around 90 degrees, or it was a little bit earlier. So at this point I just kind of fly it around the grassy area around that, what was probably once that lagoon, the part that they mow. I just kind of fly it around a little bit, and so there's a gap right there in between the trees, and you're probably going to start hearing the forward collision warning telling me, you may hear that from time to time, kind of telling me that there's stuff in the way, and so then I have to, it's up to me to kind of back it off and or aim it so that the objects are not causing the forward collision warning system to kick in. So at this point I'm just kind of flying it forward, and, and really taking it easy. I'm not going as fast as the drone will go. I'm just really taking it easy, learning, still kind of learning to fly the drone, learning which control does what, and I know a lot of people like to learn these things as quickly as possible, and I'm just really taking it easy, just one flight at a time, really. So I'm not recharging it and then running back out and trying to fly it again. I only have the one battery, and at this point that's more than adequate. So just kind of flying it around the edge here, and just continue to kind of walk behind it, and as it goes forward, and sort of continue to raise it up or lower it if need be, and then kind of turn it in order to kind of keep it in a roughly circular path around that lagoon. I get about halfway, and then at that point the video will end. Now right now the drone is probably about 3 feet off the ground, and you can see a little, once in a while you'll see some grass clippings kind of fly up, and that's just from the downward air flow from the drone's propellers and that's 3 feet off the ground that is kicking stuff up.
Low battery warning.
So kind of continuing around here, I think we're getting closer probably to the end of the video. Okay, so yep, we're not there yet. I think yep, we are. There we are. I just landed it right there because I got the low battery warning. So join me for the next video.